Tonight, Christina Carswell hosts an all-new episode of The Lounge. The following program may contain mature material some viewers may not find suitable. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's The Lounge with Christina Carswell. Tonight, Christina welcomes Alex, also known as Axel, from the channel Swathed, Sarah from the channel Lyra Kylaren, and Sean, a professional QA video game tester. And now, here's your host, Christina Carswell.
What's up, guys? Welcome to The Lounge. It's me, Christina. I'm here with Axel.
Yo.
Sarah.
Yo.
And Sean.
Hi.
Hi-oh. Okay, so we're going to talk about something that is from Japan? Yes. Kinda.
Why was that a question?
I had to question myself. I've been questioning myself on a lot of things. You know, no one has questions. Nintendo Switch just got announced recently. Yeah, so thoughts, comments, concerns?
I'm buying it no matter what.
Well, that's okay. That escalated quickly.
Might be worth for me to look into because I've got like an outdated system. I've got a Wii from like the first generation.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, the first generation Wii. Yeah, I have one of those too somewhere.
The last generation console I got was PS3, so I'm old.
I got a rock.
Okay, so the system is you can literally take it anywhere, right?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
How
So,
it works?
Sarah, you know more about this, right? So, like, take us through because I haven't really read all that much about it.
So how it works is you have this little tablet-like device that has sort of like DS-style controllers on either end, attached on either end, and you can detach them like a modular system from the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do that, you can this has a kickstand that'll hold it up, so you can play it like a mini console in your hands. Have the screen, have your controllers. All the power's in the screen, though. You can also take that screen and dock it with a power supply port that also connects to a TV, so you can play it on the TV. And those controller things also come with like a controller base that you can then attach them to, like controller grips.
Mm.
So it's like super heavily modular system. They're really cool. It's like a nifty little transformer that transforms from home console to mobile console in maybe about 10-15 seconds, if that. Just slide on, slide off kind of thing. It's really cool.
I'm not buying into the hype, and I'm a Nintendo diehard. I have I just sold my Nintendo, but other than that, I still have my SNES, my N64, my GameCube, and my Wii U. So, like, I have pretty much every generation.
Yeah.
But I've owned every generation. I owned a Wii at one point. I upscaled to the Wii U when it came out. And a lot of this Switch stuff really makes me kind of skeptical. Not skeptical necessarily in a negative way, but just like, I'm like, alright, has Nintendo possibly bit off a little more than they can chew? I mean, my main concerns are, okay, cool, so now you're gonna get a bunch of 8-year-olds carrying this maybe $300 device around to try and go play fucking Pokemon outside, and oops, they break the tablet. Oh no, the whole system is fucked. At least with the Wii U, if you break the Wii U pad, you can buy another one and just resync it. Mm-hmm. Like, the system is separate. I'm not sure having the system entirely in the tablet is a good strategy. Secondly, how many fucking batteries are you going to need for this thing? Like, each individual controller works wirelessly, which means they're going to have batteries. Mm-hmm. You're going to have battery in the tablet. You're going to have a battery. Well, it's a tablet, so it'd be like a big lithium-ion battery or something like that. Like, it's an iPad. Picture an iPad.
Yeah.
Like, and then you glue 2 Wiimotes to the side of it, and boom, call it the Nintendo Switch. I mean,
it just looks like a bigger Vita.
Yeah, when it's all put together, it just kind of looks like someone took one of those, took a 7-inch tablet,
Yeah,
like a Nexus 7, turned it sideways and slapped 2 like halves of a DS, the bottom of a DS. Now that's exactly what it fucking looks like. It looks like the bottom half of a DS just stretched out, except it's not touchscreen.
Now, here's the thought. You know, if this actually does take off and works out, are they going to stop making DSs?
I don't know, because this is good. It's a console first and foremost.
Yeah.
This whole thing in the trailer where people are bringing it in cars and bringing it in shit like that. Fine, I could see, you know, a stand being made for minivans or something, so you can put it in the back and the kids will play it on the drive home. Like, there's already like DVD players in minivans have existed forever, or even portable DVD players. This is just an extension of that. I'm more thinking most people who buy this will literally just be like playing it like the Wii U, except everything is now fully contained on that screen.
Yeah.
So, you know, like some of the Wii U games, you have to have a TV and a Wii U. You can't just play through the Wii U gamepad. But all the games that people want to get, they're going to want to experience on a bigger screen.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't think they'd be using like a Wii U gamepad, largely because that screen thing has to be docked on thing to.
I know, and that's what I'm saying, is that it's more of a just bottom half of a DS with touchscreen or without touchscreen capabilities. But
I think it's an interesting experiment. But people share your sentiment, because apparently their Nintendo stock went down 6.5% after its announcement, because analysts are apparently like, oh, I don't think it'll pick up.
I will say that the move to go with cartridge-based is actually a pretty sound and genius idea.
Yeah.
For the discs?
Well, they're not discs. They're like DS cartridges.
Yeah.
It's basically they're taking console and handheld and trying to make a love baby with it.
Nintendo's going back to cartridges. I mean, they were the last ones to give up cartridges with the N64. Then they tried it with mini discs. They tried it with regular discs. They tried to update to larger capacity DVDs with the Wii U games. But the sad part about it is that companies like Sony and Microsoft, or Sony specifically with the PS4, most people are just buying a PS4 for a Blu-ray player, like a fancy, really 4K capable Blu-ray player.
That can also play games.
That can also play games, but Blu-ray media isn't cost efficient really to store a 60 gig game on a 60 gig Blu-ray, or like a 50 gig game on a, like, once you start delving into 4K, they're going to have to up the medium, because like then games will become even bigger and they won't fit the medium of the disc.
It's essentially a thing
and it also harkens back to the old days of like, I wanted to play my N64. What do? Put in the cartridge, push start, game starts.
Yeah.
Like it's just push and go. Like, will we have to fuddle through like a Wii-esque menu and stuff like this? We don't know yet, because the whole system running hasn't really...
Yeah, they haven't released tech specs yet. They haven't released...
So we don't know a lot about that. Yet. But Flash Media, what makes the game cartridges, is extremely cheap. You can get a Flash cartridge for, like, you can get, they're up to capacities of, like, hundreds of gigabytes.
Yep.
And I think there's a terabyte.
Discs nowadays.
Yeah, so Flash Media is going to be a thing.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
I kind of like having like.
Also, I don't like the design. I don't like the design of the 2 little Wii, like the controllers, because when it shows people playing it, those buttons in the middle seem way too close to fit 2 hands on comfortably, and that means you're also playing with.
Yeah, because one side's designed for your right hand, one side's designed for your left hand, and they're designed obviously differently. So when you're playing them in the 2-player mode, where one each gets a side of the controller, there's an obvious tell of like one person has the joystick in the center and the other person has the buttons in the center.
No, they flip. You can flip them. They're symmetrical when they go horizontal. So you can just rotate them, and they're identical in that aspect. But they look pretty tiny. Like if you look at the trailer, one of the guys holding it, is like kind of like crunching his hands to keep it between his hands. Like it looks very like, I don't know how comfortable that'll be to play a lot of games. Now, did they bring up stuff with possible tie-ins to esports and things like that? Maybe, we don't know, with the whole Splatoon angle at the end of the trailer.
It does support Pro Controller.
Basically, the whole thing, like the controllers to me just seem kind of wonky. Like, I'm not a big like fan of it. However, I am excited. New Super Mario game that looks to be very Sunshine inspired, but it looks to be like a Mario Galaxy-esque game. Which is fine. New Zelda. No mention of a new Metroid. No mention of a new Metroid, or a new F-Zero, like stuff that really needs to be rebooted. I believe if they had a Metroid title in the works and possibly an F-Zero title, because F-Zero is a game that you can just pick up, do a bunch of races, and then put down. That makes a perfect game to, like, they're in the trailer, they're touting all these, like, oh, you just bring it with your friends who also have a Switch. Okay, cool. So, like,
if you have two Switches, you can do 4-player.
Yeah, you can just do 4-player, like, in the middle of a field or whatever. But F-Zero is a perfect game. It's just a racing game.
So the question here is, though, is that if they go and do that, it's like, restoring old Disney movies, right? That seems to be a big trend going on with Disney, where they're taking all their old movies and putting them onto the newer mediums.
Yeah, it's been a trend for a while now.
And doing live-action versions.
So are you suggesting that they just, like, go on the trend of bringing back the old games, just like...
No, I'm saying these are series that haven't had a decent game in a while. That, like, instead of pumping out Mario 100, but Mario is a fucking money printing machine. So
fucking loves Mario.
Like I'm excited for the new Zelda. I'm like, I'm just one of those fans that I just wish they would make another, like, I have other diehard Metroid friends, and they're like, I need a new Metroid. Like, I'm tired of, like, I just need basically they just want a game like Metroid Prime, right? Which would be perfect on the Switch. I'm a big F-Zero fan, so I would love another F-Zero game. We haven't seen an F-Zero game since F-Zero GX on the GameCube.
Well, okay, so going back, the point I wanted to make here
is... it's not rebooting. It's not Disney. All Disney does when they rehash media is so that they can keep the current generation... Like, they push the older generation to not necessarily make new titles. Nintendo has also said, and there's a giant list available online of every single third-party developer for the Switch, and there's a lot of big names. So they're going really ham with the third-party support on this one because it did hurt them with the Wii U. So they've learned their mistake with the third-party developers. So...
Oh, they have a huge lineup of third-party support.
Exactly.
It's incredible.
So... that makes me hopeful that we'll see other series start appearing on a Nintendo console, but I really hope that Nintendo uses this not just to pump out, Mario 100 and, Zelda 30. Because, like, I really hope that Mario and Zelda don't become the two franchises for Nintendo that are just like, we need another $100 million. Poke Mario again. It's just like,
no, Nintendo! Not again! I am done with your shit!
But, like, it's just
like Luigi!
What I'm saying is that it's a new console. Why not go full out? You want to take down Sony, but that's like, now that I say that, it's like, that's not Nintendo's plan, and I've been really watching Nintendo lately of what they're doing and how they release information and stuff like that. And after all my bitching, I'm still gonna buy the Switch. Like, because no,
every Nintendo
it's not because I'm like, I need a new Nintendo fix. It's because Nintendo, unlike Sony, Nintendo isn't a media company that makes a system. Because all Sony's major focus is like Blu-ray and PlayStation Classics on the PlayStation Network, and it's all just like Sony made a system. Nintendo has been making video games since the 80s.
Yeah, they've been at it longer.
They don't create a system. The systems
they create
are
an experience.
No, the systems that Nintendo creates are an extension of Nintendo. That's all Nintendo really dabbles in, is the systems that they create. Like, now they're starting to expand with the mobile games, with Run Mario Run and all those other new stuff that's come out, and Pokemon Go is really a big thing for them, even though they really didn't have much to do with it.
Yeah. I still play Pokemon Go. Like, we discussed.
I stopped. It died out for me.
Yeah,
but
we discussed this.
but like, you think about it, right? Like, people chastise the N64 for their design decisions, and you look at the sales numbers to like how good they sold, and it's just like, yeah, you can tell when they made a bad business decision over a good one. But the systems themselves, like, as much as people shit on the GameCube for not being as powerful as the Xbox, or as powerful as the PS2, like, I loved the GameCube. Like, other than obviously like seizures and retinal bleeding, the Virtual Boy was a terrible idea.
Oh yeah.
But the systems, Nintendo says, like, we are Nintendo, this is our brand, here is a thing that we made that's part of the family, right? Yeah. Versus how I feel that Sony and Microsoft have both dealt with their consoles is just like, we are a big company, look at this thing we put out. Nintendo bleeds the industry, and it even shows in their management and CEOs, right? Like, they're a company that's through and through mostly about the gaming experience, and it's not necessarily about like
the best graphics, the best performance.
Yeah, it's always delivering like
it's the entire package.
Idea.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. And that's what makes me hopeful about the Switch. Is like, I really want to see them, like, because technically, by all means, the Wii U was a flop. Not really like in the horsepower range, I would say, but like in the marketing and the available games and some
the way they
technical
marketed
issues
it
and
was
stuff like
so
that.
confusing.
But if they nail the Switch, this could be a really good sign for Nintendo.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that if they really want to hammer it home, what they should have done is say, hey, we have a new console that's basically revolutionizing consoles again. You know, like, it seems that Nintendo does a thing, and the other ones always play catch-up and do it better than them, but they're the ones who pioneer it.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why I love them so much. Nintendo they're not afraid to do crazy-ass shit like this. They're not afraid to test new ideas, test new things, because they know that in the end they're going to continue doing what they do, and they're not afraid of that, and it's fucking amazing. I love Nintendo.
Yeah. The only reason why I stopped buying Nintendo games a while back was, and I felt this is a big problem with the Wii, was I never felt like there was a lot of titles. Maybe that's the whole third-party thing you guys were talking about earlier. It's just like, I'd look around, all I saw was like Cooking Mama. It's like this really weird one-off thing. Yeah. It's just like, what the hell is with all these spin-offs? Where's the games?
Axel, maybe you're just getting older.
It could be that too. You know, there was one day.
My games, Grandpa.
I was standing in the game aisle over at like a grocery store. I'm looking at it, It's one of those like all-in-one places. Anyways, looking at it, and I remember I started to weep because I was afraid of picking up a game that supported more than one player. Why? Because I had like a 6-year-old like little sister at the time who wanted to play games with me all the time.
Play with your
I just
little
wanted to play.
sister.
Yeah, I just wanted to play by myself.
Are there any single-player games? Please tell me there's single-player games.
Yeah,
Well,
pretty much.
I would love that when we had an N64 back when I was little and I was playing Legend of Zelda. My parents would come down. Why aren't you playing with your brother? Because it's one player. Well, play something that you can play with your brother. And both him and I would just look at our parents and just go, no.
Nah.
See, I grew to loathe that whenever we played. It's like one of the variants of Spyro. Because, you know, I'd see how the level would work. I'd be working towards the objective. She was just chasing things like a child with ADD. Like, ooh, shiny! No! Don't you understand? We're tethered together. We have to stick together. No!
No, you come here! Stop it!
How does the 6-year-old overpower me?
Because they have no ambition to complete the game. That's why. They just want to see pretty things. No, Scott, our producer, just like mentioned GameCube to us, and I have to agree with him. Where GameCube had some pretty good titles, some pretty good games in its run.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
Twilight
the Sonic
Princess.
games. Yeah, Twilight Princess. Sonic games.
Yeah.
I can't remember the one that
Better
I
some of
played.
those,
Sonic
but,
Adventure,
yeah.
I think, which they put forth the Chow Garden was the first time that happened.
Yeah. I love the Chow Garden.
That
I
was a
spent
solid
so many hours in the KO Garden. Is it Chow or KO?
I have no clue.
chaos.
I kept on calling it Chow.
It's Chow. Like, even though they're like offspring or whatever of like chaos, it's just Chow.
Chow.
Yeah.
That's
how I always thought they were.
they're cute little characters, right? So
Yeah,
they
they're
have the
cute little like
cutest words.
babies.
See,
Yeah.
I don't like it because that game also introduced us to Big the Cat.
Oh,
And fuck
that's
Big
true.
the Cat. He's annoying. I hate Big the Cat. He's dumb.
A lot of people hate Big the Cat.
I'm gonna piss off a lot of Sonic fanboys. Big the Cat is dumb. Some might agree with me, but I just pissed someone else off on the internet.
There's actually a YouTube video that I saw recently with Big the Cat as one of the worst video game characters of all time.
What exactly is the hate surrounding him?
He's
Aside from-
stupid.
Being dumb.
And okay, so in the game, after playing through like flying sections as Tails, or like Tails' story, Big's entire story is he tries to catch his friend Froggy. So you have to go through all the levels that like Sonic and the gang were going through, but you only get to hang out in a certain spot because you have to fish. And you have to find Froggy and fish for Froggy in every level.
It's a fishing simulator.
It's
inside the
stupid.
game.
It was dumb.
It's like, oh, you're the special character. Okay, Biggs, you're gonna go over there, that corner. Stay there.
I know all you played Legend of Zelda or Ocarina
Yes.
of Time. Imagine going to the fishing thing and only ever doing the fishing thing.
I mean, I can't complain.
Actually, the fishing in that game in Zelda wasn't too bad.
It was good, but
I
just
loved
imagine
snatching his
that
hat.
was all you did as that character.
Fair enough.
You're
be
talking to the person who went and tried out Fishing World for about a good 2 or 3 hours.
Okay, Axel, you don't count. You are evaded.
Oh, well, fine.
Your point is invalid. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, good luck surviving.
I'm sorry. Come back. I
But
love
I
you.
caught Chuck today, but you're getting none.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please don't leave me.
I need to get a new GameCube so I can play some of my old GameCube games. I could not
have a
speak
GameCube. I
today.
just don't have the controls for it, the power cables and controllers. I have the box, but that's it. It's kind of useless without all the other stuff.
So that's all the time we have for today. So be sure to follow us on social media at TOONDISE on Facebook and the hashtag ToonLounge on Twitter. And if you're a fan of TOONDISE, make sure to support us on Patreon at patreon.com/ToonDice. And on behalf of Axel, Sean, Sarah, and myself, Christina Carswell, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on the lounge.
Bye.
Bye bye.